Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So it's so weird. So Sam, you are yesterday,
Hmm.
and you are in the future. So I'm in the middle somehow, right?
That's right. We're across the time stratosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but how is it for you? This whole new thing with the virtual interviews. You did some I already. So isn't that a
Mhm.
weird thing, or did you get used to
Uh, it's all right. I can no longer blame, a bad interview on jet lag. So I don't
it?
have that excuse. So I've got to be on it constantly. It's nice not to, have to leave and go from city to city to city all in the space of 5 or 6 days like we do. It'd be much nicer to be talking to you in person, but this is what we've got, and it's going pretty well. It's a new journey for all of us, and so far so good.
For you, Sam, it's your first movie you're promoting as a director, and now
Mhm.
you have this new situation. All good for you?
All good for me because I don't know any different. This this is my first time. It's like, oh, this is how it normally is. You just talk to people all across the world at different times of the day and night. All good for me. I mean, truthfully, to say what Chris said is it, there is kind of I don't know, there's an intimacy of you're talking to people in their homes. I'm in my home. It's not that you lose the formality of the press conference, right? So there's something
Yeah.
very interesting and unique about that I don't know is fun and enjoyable to see how other people are spending their time.
Absolutely. And I also saw, I'm always hoping in situations like that. Like yesterday, Chris, your kid came into the interview, maybe a dog jumps on your lap. I hope for situations like that.
It's
Yeah.
cool. As Sam said, you get a little peek into people's lives, and that was an unexpected little visit I had, which was which was cool.
I have a question, the last question about the whole thing. The homeschooling, Chris. You have kids, Sam, you don't, as I know.
I don't yet.
Uh, yeah. So how is it for you, Chris? How are you dealing? Because all my colleagues with kids say, "Oh my God, I
Yeah.
have to teach them stuff. I don't even understand myself."
Well, so one of my kids' teachers I was talking to recently, and I emailed and I said, "Why are you doing multiplication like this? And shouldn't it be this way?" And he said, "Yeah, it's changed since you're in school." I'm like, "Oh my God, if I can't figure it out, how, how are my kids going to get it?" And then I was talking to him again another time, and he said, "Oh yeah, we did a trip a couple of years ago on the road with our kids through America, and we were going to homeschool them, or he was going to homeschool them. He was a teacher, and he goes, 3 weeks in, I gave up and sent him to a school, and we we just altered our trip. And he's a teacher, so I just don't. It's very difficult for parents to teach their own kids. Most of the time is consumed with the negotiation of some sort. Um, they're not learning much, I'd say, at this point.
Maybe you learn more than your kids, right?
That's right. I'm sharp as that. They unfortunately, you know.
And like you say, I think the time that we spend at home now, it's also a very creative time. We
Yeah,
have more time with family, and that's like you say, it's nice not to jump in a plane every week. It's
yeah,
nice to be at home.
yeah. Oh, look, it's great. I would have been 3 weeks on the road right now and missing them, and so it's great to be doing it here and a lot more outside outdoor activities for us.
Mhm. So I saw the movie yesterday. It's amazing. I was like super exhausted afterwards because I had the feeling, I was with you. I jumped in the water. I was fighting with you. And uh, I think this is what you actually wanted, Sam, right? You wanted us, the viewers, to go on the ride with Chris.
Absolutely right. So for you to say that you were exhausted after watching it and you felt like you were there means, it's success. That was really the intent from the start was to have an action movie that took you along with the characters on an emotional journey. And and just hopefully along the way you had some thrills and some scares, some oohs and ahs, but the ultimate goal was to connect with the characters and so that you care about all these crazy action sequences that are happening throughout the movie.
Absolutely, because if you care about your character, then you want him to survive. And there were a lot of emotional moments, deep moments also.
Right.
So I really liked it. And for you, Chris, I mean, you said that was the most demanding you ever had, right? The most demanding role so far.
Yeah, definitely. On an emotional level too, you know, there were things we had to dive into and pull apart that I hadn't sort of journeyed to before, and you know, the physicality of the character, the sort of the nature of the shooting, the constant schedule and intense schedule we had. It was hot. It was, you know, the brutally exhausting sort of action scenes as you see. But honestly, the most rewarding, you know, because I had Sam there and the wonderful cast and crew, and we're all in it together, and equally exhausted. Everyone was putting in everything they had, and it was, yeah, you know, not often do you know, finish a day and sort of have that same sense of accomplishment, you know. And even 2 months from finishing, we still were like, oh, tick, one more day, we did it, you know, because Sam had plotted out these, you know, seemingly impossible sequences, and
But I
each day
mean,
was an achievement.
but Chris, it looks like in personal or in your private life, you're kind of a daredevil also, right? I mean, you went to the Himalaya with your wife. You know, if there's snakes in the house, you just take them and throw them out. So is that something you like in your private life?
Non-venomous snakes for Instagram, I'll be quite happy to interact with, but you see me come across a brown snake or something a little more threatening, I'm in the opposite direction. Yeah, I someone who I like to be busy. I like to be stimulated and challenged, and I have a very sporting, you know, sort of background, and my wife's, you know, the same. And you know, at school, I wasn't good at sitting still. I was enjoyed kind of moving around, doing things more. So, you know, films like this where you're running on adrenaline, and I mean, this, I don't know, that holds you focus. It forces you to kind of pay attention.
Hmm. I just see it says 1 minute, but I thought I had eight. No, another four. Sorry. Um, but also, you worked together before, but then Sam was a stuntman. But
Yep.
how was it for you? All of a sudden, he's in the director's seat, and was it easy listening to him? Was he good? Sam, did you listen?
Matilda, you do. This is your last minute. You did have 8 minutes. Sorry, I timed it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, time is running. Sorry. All good. All good. Thank you.
No, look, I had a great collaboration with Sam on the Avengers films, and have known him since the very first Avengers, and spent a lot of time together. You know, we just became great friends in the lead up to this film, and then, you know, working day in, day out, rehearsing together, training together, traveling together, you know, could have been a recipe for disaster with anybody, you know. And the fact that we deepened our friendship, and I had such trust in him, you know, from you know, that first week was a real, you know, I knew where his skill set lay, and how wonderful he was in the stunt world. The unknown was the emotional, directorial sort of skills, and immediately working on set with him and understanding, you know, his sort of view on the character, and the heartbeat of the story, and what was important, and how the action had to be threaded with emotion and reason and purpose as well. You know, there was such an intelligence to Sam there that I thought, fantastic, this is going to be a lot of fun, and it was. And you know, you talked a lot about the next film we're going to do together, and the following one, and hopefully,
Cool.
you know, a long career together.
So then I have a last question, because then we have to end.
Matilda, that's your time.
I'm done.
So
Okay.
much.
Guys, have fun today. Bye-bye. See you
Thank you,
soon
Matilda.
again. Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.